Operation Alt. Hey, Visionary Justin here, and on November 17th, this Friday, OpenAI announced a leadership transition, and it rocked the tech world. Let's check out some tweets. All these tweets, check them out. We're going to go over some in detail, some of my favorites, but a lot of things changed, and we're going to go over all the different changes that happened at OpenAI, starting with the board of their decision to remove their CEO, Sam Altman, who is a very accomplished leader, previously at Y Combinator and previously at Loop, and has helped tons of different startups in the world. So for some reason, they didn't want him to lead the company anymore, because all this reminds me of is basically Steve Jobs. But the word on the street here in Twitter has been that there's a conflict of interest between OpenAI being a nonprofit and a for-profit company, and Sam was driving it to be more for-profit, and it shouldn't be. So they got rid of him. But this reminds me a lot of the Steve Jobs split back in the 80s when Apple got rid of Steve Jobs, and then he went out to build something better, Next, and then 12 years later they acquired Next, and it became the foundation for Mac OS and what we're using now. So what's mind-blowing is it didn't take Sam 12 years to be invited back to OpenAI. He mentioned how much he loved OpenAI, and the team that worked with him really wanted him to be in power, and just kind of went against the board's direction of him being fired. So Twitter has felt like Twitter like it used to feel over the past 48 hours, because a lot of people spoke out and gave Sam and his co-founder Greg their full support. A lot of great tweets have been released, but I'm going to compare this a lot to Steve Jobs, because Sam was invited right back to OpenAI's headquarters, and it looks like they're trying to reinstate him in some sort of way, dissolve the board, and have an incredible moment. This person compares it to TikTok, because it only took him 48 hours to be re-invited back. And you never think that you would have a guest badge at your own company that you started. So that's just insane to even think about. But OpenAI has changed the world in the way that AI is becoming more accessible to everyone. And of course, there's a lot of issues that can come into play, and there's a lot of smart people at OpenAI and in the tech industry that are trying to solve them to make sure it doesn't kill us and doesn't hurt us in terrible ways. But look at the support that Sam got. If we zoom into this, there were a lot of hearts, and these were basically the internal signal of like all the OpenAI employees that were saying, hey, we support Sam, and if Sam doesn't come back, we're just going to join his company instead, that he starts later. So Sam doesn't have any equity. He has loyalty. All the employees that work for him want to work for him. You can't just get rid of him. And then this tweet, of course, says, only be co-founders with your friends, people you want to work at. So, of course, the board is trying to control Z this decision, because it was a terrible one. They didn't really think it through. Unless Sam did something, illegal, there's no reason that he should have been removed from the board. So they're in discussions with him right now. We'll see if Monday comes around and he's back. There are a ton of founders that have been fired at their own companies that they created. I thought that was interesting. But crazy stuff going on this weekend. If you're not on X or Twitter and you're in tech, I highly recommend it, because it's basically the spot where all the news and drama and tech awesomeness happens. It's an incredible community, and it feels like it hasn't disappeared, even though I thought with this whole transition of X, the tech community would leave it. But it looks like we're still here. Things are still popping. So this has just been an overview of some of my favorite tweets with the OpenAI and Sam Altman situation here. I'm happy that they're trying to restore what they messed up. But this was definitely a Steve Jobs type story, and I'm happy that they're looking on bringing Sam back. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, or comment below. Let me know what you're thinking. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Plenty of new tech news and videos are coming out later. So appreciate your support, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.